Looking back on the days when my blues had turned to gray, 'cause the light had gone away and I lived a colorless life. Alright, I had to take a break from what others had to say about living life this way, that way. It just wasn't working out. No, I had to find my truth. No longer living for who think they got the juice. You need to drizzle that elsewhere. I had to find my own truth. No longer living in my youth. Got my own damn juice. So now I'll never go thirsty. Preachers preach about God living inside of all our hearts. But when I actually take that to heart and let down my guard to trust me, I'm wrong. God gave us intuition to bring things into fruition. It's my walking stick, so yes, I'm trusting it. Got my own little pulpit. I had to find my truth. No longer living for who thinks they got the juice. You need to drizzle that elsewhere. I had to find my own truth. No longer living in my youth. Got my own damn juice. So now I'll never go thirsty. I was born for a reason. Yeah. It will show in its own season. Can't be doing that, people pleasing. Committing treason against my own conscience. Had to find my truth. Had to find out who am I. Not living my life through the lens of someone else's lies. I broke the ties that bound me. Reached out to the source and guess what? That's where I found me. God, they say you live in us, but put fear in us. I still keeping us focused on the fact that they're sending us, contradicting and conflicting the clues that you've given us. It's the best way to obtain a whole world of people's trust. They were hopeless, undeserving of love and not worth shit. Say our lives are perpetual pawns of Satan's tricks. Say the Bible is a code that you can't decipher with your pea brain. How insane, God gives truth to all the saints, but do we listen? Or do we fold? Cause it's hard digging into the depths of your own soul, but it's needed. Don't get cheated out of learning the real you. It's the only way to ever get down to what's the truth. Come on over, I got you. Bring your boys, no problem. Me and my girls, we're about to get that royalty. We can do whatever, rain or sunny weather. When we get together, sip on royalty. Bring your own libations, cause I got the chaser. It's so good, we get to drink like royalty. You can do whatever, rain or sunny weather. When we get together, sip on royalty.
Wow.
Royalty.
Oh. Ladies and gentlemen, friends and family, people of the world, we have been graced, indulged by this phenomenal woman, this musician, entrepreneur. We didn't have a last night, but what better night than a Monday night? You know what I mean? My sister. Welcome to Manning Up in the Kitchen, my sister. And to those who are viewing us tonight at Manning Up in the Kitchen, I'm your host, Brother Amir Tracy Muhammad, and I'm just already blown away to have this classy Black woman in manning up in the kitchen. You know what I mean? Thank you for accepting our invitation. We have been talking about this show. First time ever, but manning up in the kitchen. We're having music. We don't have any food, but we got the tea with RoyalTea. RoyalTea. Man, we can't write this up. Again, my name is Amir Tracy Muhammad. The show tonight is produced by Amir Universal Media, LLC. And we have a lot of partners that are gracing us also. We'll talk about some of our partners later. But tonight we have our sister again, Sister Joell Regal. I didn't know when I first met her a few years ago, I didn't know about the entrepreneurial side as far as this product.
I didn't know about the entrepreneurial side a few years ago.
But I think I went to one of the iPush events over in Inslee, and she was one of the vendors, and she had RoyalTea tea and the lemonade, and I was just blown away. And I could not find a better time to invite you on the show, because we know it's very festive time of the year. A lot of people are celebrating Thanksgiving, as we celebrate it every day. But more than anything, families are getting together this time of year. And whenever that happens, then that pleases God, and it should please us. So, my sister, tell the viewers tonight about not the tea. We're going to get to the tea. But you graced us with such a beautiful rendition. So tell us about that part of your life, the musical. We know you have you write music, you play music, you just do some. You're a sister of all trades, okay? I ain't gonna say Jack, I ain't gonna say Jill. I'm gonna say you're a sister of all trades. Tell us about your music background.
Well, I grew up playing different instruments. Music has always been a part of my life. I started out singing in the choir when I was really, really young, maybe like first, second grade. And it's just always been there. I also have always been a writer. That's always kind of been my thing. And so it was, I believe, it was after college where I decided, I've always been a writer. I've always played instruments. Why have I not put these two things together yet? So I bought a guitar and started teaching myself how to play guitar so I could become a songwriter. And a few years later, I ain't gonna say how many, here I am. I perform, and I've been performing now for about 10 years. Actually.
Oh, wow. That's a milestone, 10 years.
Yeah. Have an album out, so which I didn't think that was ever going to happen, but yeah, I recorded an album.
And what's the name of the album?
May the Words of My Hands Dance.
Okay, may the words of my hands dance. Maybe I need to say, may my feet that I'm born with dance. I ain't gonna go into that right now. But what a wonderful name for the song. Now I had to honor me, your daughter, and recently I had to honor me, your wife. I mean your mother. So your mother have any background in singing or music, or anybody in your family?
Not really. She loves to sing, but
right.
She never really was in choirs or anything like that. I recently found out not too long ago she used to play harmonica.
Oh,
did not know that, but but yeah. So I think my family we're very creative people, and we in some shape, form, or fashion, everybody in my family has had something to do with the arts, whether it's dance or me with music, with drawing, visual art. We're just a very creative people.
Right, and so you're like bringing up the rear in a sense. You got to watch everybody. You're probably one of the younger ones in the family, right?
I'm the baby.
So the baby is the sponge,
right?
You know what I mean? So you have absorbed and got the witness to see a lot of people.
And also learn from everybody else's mistakes.
I wouldn't go there, but that's a part of being the oldest.
That's kind of one of the
that's
beauties.
Wisdom. Because I had the honor. It's 9 of us, and there's 2 younger than me. I never judged my older brothers or sisters. I just learned from some of the mistakes they made, but I never judged them. I never brought it back up in their life. You learn from that.
Right.
And so that's what being a sponge does. You know what I mean? So the performances, you have performed with Breast Cancer Awareness 365. What about the children fundraiser we did a couple of years ago? You're known around the city and other parts. What does it do when you come to the event and you're able to touch, you know, the people that come in such a way, and you see them vibing to the spirit and the energy that God brings from you? What does that mean to you?
For me, it means I'm playing my role, I'm doing my part, I'm serving my purpose. I used to tell people that I didn't find music found me. I didn't really set out to be a performer. Even when I started writing songs, I had all intentions on writing for other artists, not actually me being the person performing it. So, but the God made it very clear to me early on that no, you're supposed to be the one out there.
Right.
And put that in my hands. And so when I see how people are affected by it, then it helps just to confirm for me that I'm on the right path. I'm doing what I was meant to do, and I'm affecting others in a positive way. And that's my whole goal.
Well, you have affected me and many others I've witnessed in a very positive way. And when I talk to people about you, the only person I can really think about that I know that everybody knows is Indiari. You got some of that flavor and that spirit that our sister have. And so we thank you so much for availing yourself to be used by God so you can touch His people. So with Manning Up in the Kitchen, we focus on our theme is how to think and eat to live. So we want to try to provide more healthy choices for our listeners and viewers. So tonight, being that it's a holiday coming up Thursday, everybody gonna be at home or with their family or friends, and it's gonna be some turkey on the table, some dressing. It's gonna be some macaroni cheese, maybe green beans, probably some rolls, giblet gravy, cranberry sauce, and some tea.
Yes.
Of
course.
And some tea, somewhere, and lemonade. But you're the one that has produced the tea and the lemonade, and I'm sure some more stuff, things are coming, from you. But what led the musician extraordinaire, Joell Regal, to produce this RoyalTea?
If somebody would have told me 5 years ago that this is what I would have created and be doing, I would have laughed in their face. This was not a part. I guess royalty found me too, the same way music did. I guess it started with me making tea and lemonade at home, which started with my mom making tea growing up.
Right.
She always made it from scratch on the stove in a pot. And so as I got older, I started doing it myself, but I just kind of made the recipe, made it the way I like for it to taste. And once I did that, then people started asking for it. Basically, my mom included, like she would go on her fishing trip. She wanted me to make some tea to take on their fishing trip, and asked me to bring it to the family dinners and gatherings, and asking for, my sister-in-law was actually my first paying customer a few years ago. They would have potlucks at her job, and she asked me to make tea for the potluck.
I got a question. Mm-hmm. Is she getting any royalties yet? No, I'm just joking. No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead, sister.
No. Love you, Allison. But I remember I was dropping off the gallon to her, and she was like handing me $5 at the time, and I was like, "Girl, what you giving me that for? You don't have to pay me for this." And she was like, "Well, you made it, so here you go." And when I remember going home that day, I remember like it was yesterday, and telling my daughter that Auntie Allison had paid me for that tea. I was like, can you believe that? That's crazy. And she was like, oh, people paying you for it? Well, we need to come up with a name. And so at that time, she was like 8. And so we sat there and thought through some names. And she was the one that actually came up with RoyalTea because our name is Regal. And so she just thought it would be a cute little play on that. And, I just kind of, okay, well, there you go, RoyalTea. That was like 4 or 5 years ago.
Right.
And I didn't think nothing else of it until the end of 2020, pandemic. And I was making some lemonade at home, and a friend of mine was on the phone with me, and they were like, you made lemonade from scratch? I was like, yeah. Who does that? Only you would do that. And so he was like, that's my favorite drink. Can you make some for me? And so I made him some lemonade, and he took it home to his family. And his little brother said he took one sip of it and said, man, she needs to sell this.
Oh.
And that made me think back to RoyalTea and the tea. And I was like, tea and lemonade kind of go hand in hand. Maybe I need to revisit that. And next thing you know, it was a company.
Well, look, I love tea. I love lemonade. But when you put them together, that's my favorite drink.
It's a lot of people's favorite drink.
Arnold Palmer. Wherever I go, people that really know me, family and otherwise, that's my favorite drink. So I did this for more than one reason tonight, It's a little selfish part of me because I know I'm going to have some tea and lemonade tonight, some kind of thing. Maybe I'll get to test it in a little while.
Of course.
Okay. I didn't want to just impose myself.
No. So we RoyalTea, we make our own version of the Arnold Palmer. Except we don't call it Arnold Palmer, we call it Air. Because the sweet tea is king, the lemonade is queen, and the tea and lemonade mix is the Air because king and queen come together and make an Air. And so that way it's already mixed for you.
Hold up.
So
wait a minute. Say that again.
So the sweet tea is king, the lemonade is queen, and the tea and lemonade mix is Air.
So this is the little baby. The Air. That's the Air.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that is ingenious.
Oh, thank you.
Wow, that is awesome. So Air tea.
It's a royal family.
It's a royal. You need to stop. Wow. So we got to go straight to the point. Now, what can the people in Birmingham and surrounding areas, what can they find this royal family? What can they find it at now?
So it is now available in Piggly Wiggly. Initially, it was only available at Piggly Wiggly on Claremont Avenue on the south side. But actually, you get first dibs, exclusive information that beginning tomorrow, it will also be available at the Piggly Wiggly in West End off of Tuscaloosa Avenue.
Oh, my God.
So
I'm there almost every day.
Really?
Yes.
Oh,
I'm
wow.
in that area. I'm on the east side at night, but during the day, I usually be on the west side.
Oh, okay.
When I grew up in West End.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, now it's more accessible for
That's
people.
why I got this glass. It's the West End glass. It's the far east side glass. You know what I mean? It's the RoyalTea glass.
Yes, it's very pretty, actually. Very fitting.
So we got the West End, when I grew up. We grew up, we had that mason jar, hot summer, iced tea. Oh, man, you like in heaven. You passed the air. You in heaven with that. So you have 2 locations.
Yes.
Claremont Avenue, Piggly Wiggly. And now the Piggly Wiggly in West End, and that's what, Jefferson? You said what avenue?
Tuscaloosa Avenue.
That's Tuscaloosa Avenue.
Burning Points.
Yeah, Burning Points, the church, right down the street.
Mm-hmm.
Across the street from the, and I was going to say the pastor named Greason at the church. He's right there. He used to play for the Negro League. He's about 90-some years old.
Oh, wow.
He's a legend among us, Reverend Greason.
Okay.
So we're going to have to get him some tea over there.
Yeah, we should.
For more than one reason, you know what I mean? But he's a very phenomenal human being. And we're so glad that God is blessed him to be with us today. So what else is coming with this royal family? Anything else? I know you can't tell all the what's packaged. But even if you don't have nothing added, what you have is real big.
Thank you.
It's just real big.
Well, I'm also working on an alternative sweetener version. So, RoyalTea, I kind of pride myself on it being all natural. That's very important to me. So the lemon juice and the lemonade, and then the tea is actually from fresh squeezed lemons. It's not from concentrate. I make it with spring water, pure cane sugar, non-GMO, and I want to keep that going. But for my customers who still can't have the sugar, I wanted to have something where they can also enjoy RoyalTea, but still get that sweetness that we all enjoy. So I'm working on an alternative sweetener. I don't want to say which one I'm going to use yet, but I'll just say I'm sticking with the all natural. There are some alternative sweeteners on the market that still have chemicals in them and preservatives in them, and it's these additives that keep it from clumping and stuff like that. And so that's kind of what has taken so long for me getting that rolling. Is I wanted to make sure I found something that sticks with the all natural trend.
Absolutely.
So a lot of time and effort and research goes into making these beverages. Even though tea and lemonade is simple, but I want to make sure it's done right. So that will be the next thing coming through the pipeline.
Well, if you don't have a Royal family, you can't just put on any product on the Royal family.
Exactly.
You know, so I'm so glad that you've already taken the initiative with your thought process to have what we have now is more healthy already, but you're going to take it to another level with the sugar. So kudos to you.
Thank you.
Man, that is a blessing. So again, tell them where they can find your product and how much is your product, pretty much running right now.
So it is at Piggly Wiggly on Claremont Avenue, and beginning tomorrow will be, what's tomorrow, the 22nd?
The 22nd? Yeah, I think Thursday 24th. So
yeah, so tomorrow's the 20th. So beginning tomorrow, November 22nd, will be available at Piggly Wiggly in West End off of Tuscaloosa Avenue.
Yes.
Yeah. And so the gallons are $7.99 each, and the pints are $2.99. And the pints, like the air, I just brought a pint just so I can add some variation to the sizes, but it's also available in gallon size. Everything is available in gallons or pints.
Okay, so thank you for that. We're going to go and mention some of our sponsors of a very important initiative that Breast Cancer Awareness 365 has. In a few minutes, we're going to do that taste test.
Okay.
And then before we leave, you're going to indulge us with some music to take us into the night. If you want me to sing with you, I want. But so this Thursday on Thanksgiving, for the third year, Breast Cancer Awareness 365 and our partners have provided fully prepared meals for women who are currently going through breast cancer treatments, post-treatments, where they don't have to go out and shop for anything. We go out, while Chef go out, Chef David, Catherine goes out and purchase the food. We had to honor last year with Chef Juliet May. That was a better part of this for the last 2 years. But we don't want them to have to lift nothing, because a lot of them are going through a lot of issues that affect the range of motions of their arms. So about 2 years ago, God put on our hearts to provide meals for some. We wish we can do everybody, but we selected on who we can do based on our funding. So we want to give a shout out to Pink Tops, who's one of our partnerships with Raquel Smith. Everybody know The Rock. She works with a lot of young women that have been diagnosed with breast cancer. And
are you going to be doing any of the cooking?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, not this time. The organizing it is cooking it for me. Like that's it's organized, been one of the organizers. And also on Thursday, that would be Pink Top's location investment would be also having the food there. Also Sisters Can't Survive organization. Our wonderful sister, the founder, Talisha Cash. Very phenomenal sister.
I actually know her.
You know her, so you know what kind of woman of God we talking about.
Mm-hmm.
She's real. We thank God for her and her husband, her children. She battled cancer 3 times. She's a 3-time survivor.
Oh, wow.
And believe me, she's a workaholic, in her private business and also with the movement with breast cancer and other forms of cancer. Also, we have as a partner, her fight is our fight. Her fight is our fight. My sister, Bennett Eason, is the founder of the organization, and she's been helping us for the last 3 years. Amir Universal Studios, as I mentioned earlier. Also, Dr. Lindsay Harris, we thank Dr. Harris for her contribution. Darius Craig, one of my cousins, Reginald Shelton, and also Carol McClure, who blessed us on yesterday with a big donation that helped carry us across our goal. And so what we want to do for those who continue to give at $ Our Children 19, that's $ Our Children 19. Not only do we want to provide the fully prepared meals for these women, we also want to be able to give them a gift card or something also on Thursday, Thanksgiving morning. So thank all of you who have given past years, this year, those who are praying for breast cancer awareness and all these organizations and beyond that are doing a great work and reaching out to our people throughout the Birmingham and surrounding communities. And so we're back now with the taste.
Before we move on to that, I would actually like to, I don't know if it'll be possible this year. We can just talk about it after this is over, but I would like to contribute to the meals for the breast cancer survivors.
Okay.
Because, they got to have something to drink. So if there's a way that I can work with you all on that, and if we can't do it this year, then maybe next year, but for sure that's
no, we're going to do it this year. We're going to take some of our funders and we're going to get some of your teas to make sure they got some tea. I said earlier, close. I said earlier, I'm not going to stop you from doing whatever, but I said there's going to be turkey on the table, there's going to be this on the table, and that on the table. But I didn't say the tea. I said tea, but we got to make sure they got some tea.
Okay.
All right, we got to make sure they got the whole Air family, you know what I mean? So anyway, for those who you want to give tonight, about 10 o'clock in the morning will be our deadline for funding because we have to make sure we get the chef. And he'll know what all to go out to get to make sure that these families have their food. They're going to be warm. We'll pick them up early morning from Chef David Cathy, take them to Bessemer, and that'll be a place that we will be delivering them. Some of them will come and get it only if they got somebody that's going to do the lifting for them. Mm-hmm. That's a pact I had to make with Miss Rock. Yeah. She want to have it at her center, but the only thing that we have to make sure, I don't want to see none of these women lifting anything, even if they ain't have no problem. When we there, we take care of, make sure our sisters can just sit back and be treated royally. Yes. So it's a taste test. So do you want to open those up? Let's see. I'm gonna get some ice. How about that? Okay. Do I need some ice? Yeah. Come on, it's iced tea, sweet tea, lemonade. All right. So I don't need much.
Which would you like to taste? Or did you want to taste all three? Do you want to taste the air since that's your favorite? How do you want to do it?
So this is the mixed one? Mm-hmm. No, I want to taste individuals with this, and I can taste this one like that. Okay. So you want me to open it up?
Yeah.
All right.
Shake it.
Shake it.
It does have real, and so the tea is made with a little lemon juice as well. So I say shake it to make sure everything is.
Okay, Aaron, get back over.
Copacetic.
So it's copacetic. How great is our God? Oh my God, that is good.
Thank you.
You know how I am now. If it wasn't that good, I'll say, man, it's pretty good. You know, it's all right. This is good.
I know you'll keep it wide.
This is something.
Thank you.
Mm.
The thing is, you know, like I said, my mom was making tea when I was growing up, and you know, I mean, she made it good. You know what I mean? Like we enjoyed it. But it was just, I wanted to make it taste exactly the way I wanted to make it taste, and I just kept working with no intentions on doing anything with it, selling it or turning it into a business. I just wanted to really enjoy the tea that I drank at home, and so I think that's why people enjoy it, is because I made sure I liked it, and if it was good enough for me, then it's good enough for other people too. So
that's that golden rule.
Mm-hmm. I guess, yeah.
Sister, I'm telling you, if this was summertime, we know it had been in the 20s last night,
right,
30s and 40s and maybe 50s. But if this was hot summertime and I could have this as a drink, this is something.
Thank you. It also tastes good warmed up though. So in the wintertime, if you want to fix yourself some warm herbal tea and don't want to go through the steeping and mixing and all that, you can always warm up RoyalTea's King and it tastes good hot as well.
I was looking for some of my teas over here. I could almost throw them all out the house. No, my sister, this is so good.
Thank you.
Wow. So now I get to try the lemon.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, now I can taste the lemon in it.
Mm-hmm.
I really do. I taste some of this right over here. I want to separate the fat. We ain't gonna put the fat.
No, we're gonna put it together. Shake it.
Okay, y'all remember, shake this tea.
Yep.
This ain't just no ordinary tea. This is the real deal.
It says it on the label, so you'll get a reminder when you buy it. Shake well.
West side, east side.
That was a big sip.
Astonishing. How many syllables? Astonishing. That's 4 syllables.
Yeah.
Oh my God, my sister. God has anointed you. Yes, this is an anointing.
Oh.
I'm not kidding. This is good. This is my favorite. This is the hardest drink I drink. It's this. And I can drink and drive with this. But this is awesome.
Thank you.
3
simple ingredients: water, fresh lemon juice, and pure cane sugar.
Oh, you forgot one.
And love.
Dude. See, that's the key. That's the key. Love. It transfers right into our food, into our drinks. Mm-hmm. And so, I'm in love. Wow, let's bring this right over here. And let's bring the family back together. Now, when I played quarterback, we had a play called, it was called a triple option. It was just like that. You had the fullback and the 2 tailbacks. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? The quarterback is right in the line, but it's called a triple option.
I don't know anything about
that. But I've got a triple option. You got an option of this, that, and that.
Okay, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So this is the heir. Mm-hmm. The heir apparent. So now I'm gonna do this like I'm playing football, like I'm hot and thirsty. I don't need nothing. I ain't trying to be cool. I'm hot. I'm thirsty. Why didn't shake it up?
You did a little bit.
I'm gonna shake it up because just. Put it rising to the top. I gotta put the top back on that, so now it's about to explode.
It's just bubbles.
I had to be careful.
There's no carbonation yet.
There you go, another big word. Carbonation. Okay. Mm. That's my, used to be Arnold Palmer. Now this is my heir apparent. It's my heir.
That's air.
Tea, lemonade, air. Sister, I'm blown away.
Thank you.
I'm not surprised because I know you're an excellent black woman. You do things in an excellent way. You're perform. You're a wonderful mother.
Thank you.
Wonderful daughter. You know, and all that has transferred into a product that God has allowed you to make to serve people in the community, and that is real big. You know, to step out and move out, build a faith walk in a pandemic.
Yeah.
Won't you do
Want to do it?
it?
Sure will.
Man, it's awesome. So again, tell us where we can purchase this product, the Royal family, the RoyalTea. Tell us again where we can purchase that, listeners.
At Piggly Wiggly. Piggly, 2 locations. Piggly Wiggly on Fairmont Avenue and Piggly Wiggly in West End off of Tuscaloosa Avenue.
We know God just downloaded something to me.
What?
This is going to be the official drink for Manning Up in the Kitchen.
Oh, really?
I'll show this is going to be our official drink.
Oh,
Manning Up in
okay.
the Kitchen.
Okay.
And wherever we go, RoyalTea, the heirs go.
Oh, I received that.
Okay,
I like
so
that.
every show that we
Yes.
do in my kitchen, and if we go out in the community, we want to have RoyalTea sitting somewhere in the eye view.
Okay.
That's for you just being who you are and being a blessing to so many of us.
Well, thank you so
Thank
much.
you, my sister. And may God continue to bless you, your mother, your daughter, your family. Just bless you in every way because you have been a blessing to this community with your music. And we all know nothing makes an event like good music and good food.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
You got those 2 things.
You got those 2. And with you already having the healthier properties in your tea and lemonade, it sets really it's in line with the spirit of our show, how to think and how to live, because we should be thinking intentionally what goes into our mouth, what goes into our body.
Right.
Because it's going to have a negative or positive effect.
Yeah.
So we thank you, and I thank you for allowing me to indulge, and thank you for coming and manning up in the kitchen and being such a gracious guest. But you're not a guest no more. You know why?
Why?
Because you're family now.
Oh.
It's going to be everywhere manning up in the kitchen is. You know what I mean? So
yes.
We look forward to going back out to Rochelle's place. Never forgot about the jazz event that we did. Mm-hmm. We got to do number 2.
Yeah.
It is coming.
And the food was good there that night.
And the food was good there by Mr. Whitaker, Moses, and his wife. Mm-hmm. And we're looking forward to going back to do our jazz event out here in Singapore. So this Friday, we talked about Thursday, the Thanksgiving initiative, as we close out our show tonight. We're going to have one more song from you before we leave. But on Thursday, again, the Thanksgiving initiative, where we've been preparing, giving out fully prepared dinners for women who are going through treatments right now. And on Friday will be, they call it Black Friday. We call it Black and Green Friday. Manning Up in the Kitchen will be live from Rochelle's place on Friday morning. A lot of the great people that we've met there, they're going to come there, and they're going to spend money with Rochelle's place.
Yeah.
Coffee.
Let's do it.
You know, cold coffees. They got sandwiches. They got desserts. They got a lot, but more than anything, this couple, Moses and his wife, Kenny, a wonderful, phenomenal couple in our community. They're doing so much, and they have brought so many people together. Because it's not just about coffee in that place. They're building a lot of relationships. Yeah. And I found out last week I had a cousin. We had been drinking coffee, and found out he was my cousin.
Oh,
didn't even know it.
Wow.
You know, so but now we talk.
It's the family reunion.
Yeah. You don't get me singing. That was song since I was this tall in the choir, and I was at Zion Hill Baptist Church. But you know, later on, my voice changed, and I didn't have nobody teach me, so I don't have that kind of voice like I used to. but don't tip me tonight. You know what I mean? Because this tea has already got me a little tipsy in a positive way. Sister, thank you again. You have been listening to and watching Joell Regal, the musician, entrepreneur, extraordinary, who has put a wonderful product out to the community. Very wholesome, RoyalTea with the air. Oh, we got to put the air back over here. It's a daddy, mama, and the offspring.
Yep.
Man, you can't get no better than that. So thank you. Anything you want to say to close out tonight?
Well, thank you. When I first met you was at Michael's, right? Wasn't that our first time meeting?
I think so.
Yeah. And
yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I really forgot.
Really? Well,
Yeah.
I didn't, because I've noticed ever since then just how big of a role you play in the breast cancer awareness community. So Thank you to you for the work that you have continued to do in honor of your lovely belated wife and how many lives you have touched.
Yeah,
you know, so without you, we wouldn't be here right now. So, and thank you for having me on, and I look forward to working with you more in the future.
Yes, ma'am. So, do I have to give you an order?
Give me an order?
Yeah.
Get
that guitar. Music, so I want to tell, just take us out tonight. People at home watching, they don't have to go out tonight. They're probably sitting at home. Some of the brothers are watching. You ready to watch the game? Some people at their dinner table sitting down right now. Some of them was doing homework, and now they get to indulge and listen to RoyalTea. RoyalTea, a royal phenomenal black woman. Thank you, my sister.
Thank you. I wish to live my whole life in a bubble where I can create my own world free of trouble. I wanna be free, I wanna be free, I wanna be free, I wanna be free, yeah. I wanna be free, I wanna be me, a spirit more than human being. I wish to live my whole life on a level where this world can't touch me, but I can touch the world. I wanna be free, I wanna be free, I wanna be free, I wanna be free, yeah. I wanna be free, I wanna be me, a spirit more than human being.
Again, there's nothing else to say. You have closed this out with a bang. Thank you again, my sister, for coming on to be with us tonight. Remember, go out to the Piggly Wiggly on Claremont Avenue and also on Tuscaloosa Avenue in West End and pick up the RoyalTea lemonade, and pick up the air. Y'all have a good night. To God be the glory.